Good morning, good humans. It is Monday morning in Melbourne. Quite overcast and cool today. I'm wearing a t-shirt, but it's actually almost need to put a jumper on. But that's Melbourne for you. Melbourne is a funny old town. The weather just changes like the wind. Heading into work today, Christmas week, so there's not much racing this week in Melbourne. All the clubs sort of shut down. So we'll just get some fun rides in, some fun GoPro rides, and should be a pretty nice week this week. I think everyone's going to be away on holidays. Funny thing I have to share with you, I realised that I'd left my helmet at home when I was looking into the screen on the camera. It's definitely Monday morning, I can tell you that much. How many people does it take to change a light bulb? Okay, some kids have come into work and they are playing some Christmas carols and they're pretty good at it. Thanks, mate. Okay, they say seeing a black crow can often be bad luck. I'm calling an Uber. Hey guys, just home from work, but I don't know if you guys know, but I spent through my late teens, I joined when I was 16 till I was about 24, I joined the Royal Australian Navy. And so they were probably, I was cycling prior to that. I was cycling for about 3-4 years, racing, they were my first races. And then from 16 through to 24, which were my best cycling years, I joined the Navy. This is actually a photo of me at, if I can focus, this is in Darwin. You can see that's me there, and I don't even know how to fire a gun, but I was an electronic technician, so I wasn't really about firing weapons and stuff like that. I was more about fixing telecommunications equipment. But one of my greatest experiences in the Navy was when I was on HMAS Torrens. We were somewhere between Darwin and Indonesia, and we were doing some war games between the Australian Navy and the American Navy, and this had been going on for 2 weeks. We'd been working all sorts of crazy hours. I had the armoury directly below my mess, and I had the 4.5 gun turret directly above my mess. So even at 2 in the morning when they were firing this massive 4.5 gun turret, I had to try and sleep through those moments, and it was very difficult, and it's quite a stressful experience for a couple of weeks. But during that period, the captain, who I've heard has since died of cancer, the captain at the time decided that we would have some fun, and so he handpicked 3 or 4 people to water ski behind HMAS Torrens. Now, HMAS Torrens is a very old ship. It was very hard to get it up to speed and then try to get someone to water ski behind it, but this is some of the footage from me as a 21-year-old water skiing behind HMAS Torrens. So you can see I fell over the first attempt to get off the little dinghy, But it was pretty hard. It was quite choppy out there. You can see the rope was really long and draggy in the water, so it was pulling me off to the left-hand side there. And I'm sitting on the side of that that little boat there, just bouncing around. It was a very difficult way to stand up, and you couldn't do like a deep ocean start because the ship had to get up to speed. You can see eventually I got up. So, you know, I can tell you this moment, I'm looking up at the Royal Australian Navy destroyer escort HMAS Torrens, looking at those big gun turrets and the radars, and just thinking, you know what? There would be a handful of people in the world who have done this. Don't fucking fall over. That's all I was thinking. Don't fall over. Because this is your one opportunity to do this, and if I fell over for a second time, I wouldn't get a second crack at it. Because you can imagine falling off, the boat's got to scoop you up, and then it's got to try and get you back up there. So you can see we had some awesome fun. There's not, I reckon there'd be a handful of people in the world that have done that, and great experiences. But I suppose my point to my question, someone asked me earlier today, was would I send my kids to the Navy? The answer to that is vehemently no. I would not, because the Defence Force basically teaches your children to be conformists, to do exactly what they're told when they're told, and I don't believe that's what the world needs in 2015 and beyond. I think the world needs creative, imaginary dreamers and people who will put their dreams in action and innovate and just put their ideas out there and have a crack at life. And I think the Defence Force policies and the way they train people is contrary to that, to innovative thought processes. So, but somebody's got to do it, I suppose. The only reason that you would join the Defence Force is if you were a troubled child and you needed to get back on the straight and narrow. That's about the extent of it. Or you wanted a little bit of adventure. But at the end of the day, as long as you understand that you are being trained to be a conformist and to follow the rules and to do what you're told, and that takes a long time to undo. You know, a lot of people come out of the Defence Force with a fear of authority, and they find it very difficult to interact with people who are their bosses, or even, you know, people who are perceived as being an authority figure. So I've struggled with that since coming out of the Navy, and it's taken me a long time to overcome that. You know, I've always been very nervous around bosses and the surgeons that I work with. Over the years I've been able to overcome that, but it's definitely not conducive to an innovative, creative lifestyle. So that's my thoughts on it. Leave your comments and questions below on that topic. I know it's not a cycling related topic, but anyway, chat tomorrow.